What if I told you that Samsung just dropped its most affordable foldable phone ever and it's actually worth getting excited about? Yep, say hello to the Galaxy Z Flip 7 Fan. This one's kind of a big deal because not only is it Samsung's first Fan Edition foldable, but it also brings a premium foldable vibe down to a more reasonable price point, $899 to be exact. Let's be real, foldables have mostly been luxury toys for people with money to spare, but this phone changes the game. The Z Flip 7 FE is basically a slightly tweaked version of last year's Galaxy Z Flip 6, but with a few changes to help cut costs without making you feel like you're compromising too much. Instead of the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, Samsung has used its own Exynos 2400 chip, the same one from the Galaxy S24 series. Is it slower? A bit, but for everyday stuff like browsing, TikTok, Instagram, or even casual gaming, you're not going to notice much difference. What's even better is that you still get the same great 3.4-inch cover screen and 6.7-inch foldable inner display. The outer screen has a 60 Hz refresh rate and can go up to 1600 nits brightness, while the inner display boasts full HD plus resolution, a smooth 1 to 120 Hz adaptive refresh rate, and up to 2600 nits of peak brightness. Basically, it looks great no matter how you use it. And yes, it's still got that satisfying flip design. When it comes to cameras, you're getting a very solid setup for this price. There's a 50-megapixel main rear camera with optical image stabilization, a 12-megapixel ultra-wide, and a 10-megapixel selfie cam. All three support 4K video at 60 frames per second, and thanks to Samsung's Super HDR and HDR10 Plus support, your videos and photos will look colorful and sharp, even in tricky lighting. Now, here's something that's actually impressive. This $899 phone ships with Android 16 and One UI 8, and Samsung has committed to 7 years of major Android updates and security patches. That kind of long-term support is usually reserved for premium flagships, but Samsung is giving it to you here. On top of that, you're getting all the Galaxy AI tools too. Things like Call Assist, Transcript Assist, Generative Wallpaper, and even Drawing Assist are baked in. That means even though it's cheaper, the Flip 7 FE isn't being left out of the modern AI push. Under the hood, you get a 4000 mAh battery that supports to 5W fast charging and 15W wireless charging. Could a thinner phone really change the way your daily phone feels in your hand? That's exactly the direction Samsung seems to be taking with its upcoming Galaxy S25 Fan Edition. A new report just confirmed what earlier leaks hinted at. Samsung is planning to make the S25 Fan Edition noticeably slimmer, and the key lies in the display tech. Instead of the regular organic light-emitting diode panel used in previous models, Samsung is likely switching to a flexible organic light-emitting diode display for this device. Now, to be clear, this isn't the kind of flexible screen used in Samsung's foldables like the Galaxy Z Fold series. Instead, it means the screen is built on a thinner substrate like plastic or ultra-thin foil instead of rigid glass. This allows the phone to be slimmer without sacrificing display quality. The result, a possible reduction in thickness from 8.0mm on the Galaxy S24 Fan Edition to just 7.4mm on the S25 Fan Edition. While half a millimeter may not sound huge, anyone who's used thinner phones knows that the change is often felt more than seen. A slimmer phone often means a lighter feel in the hand, easier grip, and an overall sleeker profile, something users really notice over time. On top of that, Samsung is reportedly reducing the bezels on the 6.7-inch display, giving users more screen and less frame. That upgrade will make videos, games, and apps feel more immersive, while also making the phone look even more premium. But going thinner often raises one big concern: battery life. Thankfully, leaks suggest that Samsung might actually retain a large 4700 mAh battery, the same size as what's found in many flagship phones. And that's not all. Charging speed is also expected to be solid, with support for 45-watt fast charging. Under the hood, the Galaxy S25 Fan Edition is rumored to be powered by the Exynos 2400 chipset, the same chip found in the Galaxy S24 series, and could ship with Android 16 and Samsung's One UI 8 software experience. That means you're getting the latest version of Android out of the box with Samsung's familiar software on top. If all this is true, the S25 Fan Edition could be one of the best value phones of the year. It keeps the big battery, gets thinner, and upgrades the display, all while remaining more affordable than full flagship models. That's what the Fan Edition line is all about, giving people flagship-like experiences at a lower price. What if your next flip phone let you do almost everything without even opening it? That's the kind of future Samsung seems to be aiming for with the Galaxy Z Flip 7, and thanks to a newly leaked hands-on video, we finally get a real look at the major change that might make this phone a must-have. The big highlight? An absolutely stunning edge-to-edge cover display that now takes up the entire top half of the phone. This is a huge step forward compared to previous models, where the cover screen felt more like a bonus than a real feature. In the video shared by a trusted source, you can clearly see how much more useful the cover screen has become. You can scroll through pages and widgets right from the outside display, and there's even a small area next to the cameras that shows the date and time, making quick glances more convenient than ever. There's also a small white dot that looks like it might notify you about unread messages or alerts. This unused space near the camera could eventually become the spot for a new Now bar, something Samsung might use to show things like music controls or countdown timers, but we'll need more details or an official announcement to know. For sure, what's also exciting is that Samsung hasn't just focused on the outside. The inner screen, the main foldable display, is getting a boost too. It's now 6.9 inches instead of 6.7 inches, which might not sound like much, but that extra screen real estate can make a noticeable difference when watching videos, browsing the web, or using split-screen apps. From what we see in the video, the screen borders, which help protect the display when folded, haven't changed much, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Those borders have a job to do, and Samsung seems to be keeping them just thick enough to do it. Then there's the design. According to reports, the Galaxy Z Flip 7 is 0.8 mm thinner when folded and 0.4 mm thinner when unfolded. Compared to the Galaxy Z Flip 6, that may not be easy to spot in the video, but it still shows that Samsung is continuing to refine its foldable design with every new model. It's all part of making the foldable experience feel as normal and seamless as a regular phone, just with more flexibility. The truth is, these aren't just small cosmetic changes. The improvements to the Flip 7 show that Samsung is pushing hard to make foldables more practical for everyday use. An expanded outer screen that lets you get things done without opening the phone, a larger inner display for everything else, a thinner design that's easier to carry. These are the kinds of changes that could finally convince more people to switch from traditional smartphones to foldables.